Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Luke, and this is my review for Exodus, Gods and Kings. So Exodus is directed by the great Ridley Scott, and it stars Christian Bale and Joel Edgerton as Moses and Ramses, respectively. And going into this movie, I really didn't have a lot of high hopes. Basically, one, I wish Ridley Scott would have directed a different movie, like The Martian, or Prometheus 2, or Blade Runner 2, instead of this movie. I'm sick of Ridley Scott wasting his time making these very mediocre and kind of crappy movies. Two, the movie's 2.5 goddamn hours long. That's super long for a movie of this caliber with this much lameness. And three, I don't care about the plot or the subject or any of the, I don't care about what this movie's about. I really don't. So, Exodus, Gods and Kings really just wasn't a movie that was made for me, and honestly, it's just not a very well-crafted movie in general. First of all, the performances are pretty meh. They are pretty meh. Christian Bale he seems really lifeless. He plays Moses, and he's supposed to have a lot of emotion in saving his people, but he barely conveys any of that in the movie. Joel Edgerton does a decent job. I mean, there wasn't really a lot for him to work with, I don't think. But, I mean, there were scenes where he did convey quite a bit of emotion, and, there were tears rolling down his eyes at some parts. I thought Joel Edgerton did a pretty okay job. And another person I'm going to mention is Aaron Paul. Aaron Paul in this movie was just like this compass for Moses. He basically did nothing. Moses would say, like, okay, should we go and fight them? And then the camera would pan over to Aaron Paul, whoever his character's name was, and he'd just kind of shake his head. That's literally all Aaron Paul did in this movie. His character was completely useless, and he was basically there just to, I don't know why he was there. I really don't know. His character really just annoyed me. This movie's, like I said, 2.5 hours long, and it could have been like an hour and 35 minutes, because there's so much just BS and random crap in this movie. It's so overpopulated and just stuffed up with a bunch of boring, random stuff. This movie's so incredibly boring, and the length really does not help the boringness of the movie at all. I really didn't like Exodus, Gods and Kings. I could barely even focus on the movie because it was just so goddamn monotonous. I hate this movie. I think it's horrible. I didn't like it. I'm gonna give it 1 out of 5 stars. I don't like Exodus, Gods and goddamn Kings, okay? I don't. So there you go. That's my review. That's Luke signing off. If you want to, subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.